In this previous example, we have successfully switched our print destination from the standard SSRS email to Docentric email print destination and have copied those settings that existed in standard. But then you learn more about Docentric and see how much more you can do with its improved email print destination. So you want to modify also the other fields that are available in Docentric email print destination. And again, you don't want to do it customer by customer, but you want to do it once on one customer and then apply the same settings to other customers. So let's see how that can be done. Remember, in last scenario, we had on these three customers configured the print management to be Docentric print destination, email print destination, with two subject and CC field configured, and we also specified that the report, the attachment itself will be PDF output file format, and Docentric automatically, because this remained empty, Docentric automatically gave it the name of the report. But let's now go from the top and see what are the things that you might decide to modify here. Let's say that in the meantime you have learned about standard D365 email tokens and decided to use them to make your processes as automated as possible and as little configured as possible. So instead of particular email destination, email address on print destination, you would maybe decide to use something like this, which means which is the standard email token for the primary contact. Or you can also say maybe in addition you want something like this, which means give me the email address which is marked as for the invoice purpose. Then subject. Without Docentric, if you want some customized subject, you need to use something like this. But with Docentric, you have all these placeholders available. And let's say now that we want to use like invoice ID and due date as placeholders. We have them here. I copy and paste them here. For example, invoice number ID, or let's say if we want to copy what from previously invoice account, so for this invoice account. Okay, then let's move on. Attachment. Let's say that we also want a nice customized attachment, so we will use also this invoice ID, so invoice number, or maybe without a number like this, customer invoice, this due on, let's say the due date, here it is. Okay, then let's see, we had CC, BCC. In standard we don't have BCC, but maybe we actually wanted to BCC the email and not to CC. And we can keep this manager but move it to BCC, and maybe we can also say we want to BCC also to the user. Now I will use our standard placeholders and go here and find user email. So I want to BCC the email back to the user who initiated printing, so I will do something like this. And from, maybe you will decide that you want your customer-facing documents to go from accounting at your company.com. This doesn't need, by the way, this doesn't need to be actual email account. It's enough that it is network alias of some network account as configured on your exchange. Then body. Well, this body, we don't have anything, but let's say that we want some nice body. I will store this so that I don't lose the settings, and I will go now into another setup, where, because I know that on the accounts receivable module on sales invoice I have a nice setup for this body, and let's say that I want to use the same body. So I will go here, and in the body, here you see I want this body also on those customers, I'll go into the source, select all, copy, and go back. And now here I want to paste that setup. Body here in the source, paste. And go back. It's here. Nice. And finally, let's say that with every customer invoice for this customer specific setup, I want maybe to add terms and conditions, just something simple. So let's say from the global attachments, I anyway have only terms and conditions on this legal entity, so that would be it. OK, and always go out of this, because that is the moment when these settings are packed and stored into database. Now what I want to do, I want to export this setup for DE001 and then to import it maybe into, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these other customers. So we did it earlier and we can do it quickly again. Go to our export job, just to check the filter. Yes, from this company, just on customers, we will get few settings, but we will easily remove what we don't need and keep just the setting we are interested in. Download it. Here it is. So what did we say? On DE001 we have the setup we want to keep. So this is the setup I want to keep. These other setups I will delete. So we will just take this and copy and paste a few more times. Example like that. And let's say we want it on US 001, on US 002 and on US 003. Save and go into the application here, go into our import job, remove previous entry, add new, and import. Okay, so let's check now on these other customers. We should have the same setup. Let's say here. You can quickly see that 2 has been modified, but let's check also the other things. So 2 is the way it was configured previously on the first one. This one is also correct. So now in runtime, each of these placeholders will be, each of these tokens and each of the Docentric placeholders will be correctly replaced. Attachment, we will see now that it will have a nice name. We got BCC here, we got that it goes from our accounting. We see our nice body here. And we also see that we have one additional attachment rule. So that was the way of easily modifying in bulk email settings in your D365.